Philip Holtz, and I'm from Grand Rapids, Ohio. When I was 2 years old, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor when my parents noticed some small differences about my right side compared to my left side. They took me into the doctor, found out that I had a brain tumor, and then when they tried to remove it, something went wrong. That gave me right-sided weakness. Ever since then, I've been through, I think this past August put me over 40 surgeries. Some of the more memorable surgeries, because there are so many that I just don't remember because I was too young. I had a stint where I got really sick and I was home from school. Went to hospital. They told me it was going to just be an overnight stay, which turned into 1 month, 28 days, and 7 surgeries. There would be times when they would just start wheeling me and I'm like, hey, where are we going? And they're like, oh, you have another surgery today. I'm like, oh, all right. My parents wouldn't tell me because they know me and my personality and that I would just spend time worrying about it, which they were 100% right about. I went to Alaska to broadcast for Athletes in Action. I was there for just maybe 5 days. Went to the doctor and they said that my shunt wasn't working well. And what the shunt does is empties out any excess fluid that's around the brain. When the fluid's around the brain, it'll put pressure down and give just terrible headaches. In Alaska, they told me the shunt was malfunctioning, so they did a surgery and they were asking me questions and that I even have good answers to. I didn't know where I was at, and at one point I told them that I was with the Detroit Lions scouting for the NFL draft. So I was out of it, to say the least. A couple more surgeries, then I was all good. And actually one of the doctors down there in Alaska, of all places, was one of the only doctors in the United States that performed surgery to where I didn't have to have shunts anymore, where he could take the shunts out and I would be able to live without them. I mean, it's gotten to me when I was younger with like emotional scars and things like that, just because with how people would look at me sometimes and how they would just kind of treat me at times, it would be hard. But for every one of those, there were 10 or 20 or 30 people that were encouraging. I have a shirt actually that summarizes it perfectly. I should have worn it. It says, scars are tattoos with better stories. If you can make it through as many things that I made it through, and you can make it out and be stronger than before, the way I look at it is I can never do that on my own. There would have to be somebody or something helping me with that. So that's how I came to faith in Christ. My parents always had a great faith in Christ, and if there was no God, I wouldn't be here right now, because with all those surgeries, and I would think that I would either A, be dead, or B, be way worse off than I already am. Always keep your head up, because a lot of people get put in bad situations and they just automatically either get down on themselves or just down in general, and they just, I don't want to say mad at the world, but just kind of upset, and you just have to be positive and just push forward and just always know that there's people out there that do love you and care about you and want to see you succeed. So that's what I would say to people that are, going through similar struggles, is that there are always people that care about you and want to see you do better.